A while back, I went digging through my junk drawer and I found some ancient texts, and I thought it would be a fun video to tell you about them. Back in first grade, I was walking along at recess and I saw these kids huddled around these strange cards. When I asked what they were, one of them showed one to me, and I'll never forget what it was. It was a 1998 Kadabra. Ever since first grade, I've always had a small craze for Pokemon. I bought the cards with whatever money was given me, and I went online searching for whatever games I could, since my dad didn't buy me a Game Boy or a DS until later in my life. Thanks, Dad. However, the most essential piece of Pokemon merchandise that I had was the Deluxe Essential Handbook. The handbook held every Pokemon up to the 6th generation and had all their moves. It definitely helped the Pokemon craze to escalate. I looked back in the handbook, and it wasn't as detailed as I thought. I would spend hours looking through this book, drawing whatever Pokemon caught my fancy. One day, I was looking through the book, and I saw this very special Pokemon. I don't know what about this Pokemon caught my eye, except maybe that's the most frickin' adorable Pokemon to ever grace this game. That Pokemon was Marill. I don't know what it was about Marill that made me want to write a book about it, but I did. I brought this book to class, and even let my friends borrow it for $1, and it even ended up in the library. I was a professional author for about a month. You need to keep in mind that these books were written by a first grader, so the grammar isn't very good, but it made me laugh, so into the story. The Adventures of Marill, Book 1, The Beginning. Once upon a time lived a small Pokemon, Marill. Marill was a young adventurer. This is Marill's story. Marill had just left the Great Lake. He started up the great mountain before him. Out of nowhere came a Petalil.
Can I go with you?
It asked. Of course, said Marill. They started to climb the mountain. Attack! They heard someone yell. Then some Care Blast hit him and Petalil with headbutt. Stop it, said Marill. Why are you attacking us? He asked. Our leader told us to attack anyone who started to climb the mountain, said the biggest Carblast.
And who is this leader?
Said Petalil. I am, said a Escavalier coming out from behind a tree. I am known as the Forest Soldier. I protect this mountain. I reject that, screamed a Flygon coming from behind a bush. Not behind the bush. Behind the bush. Still with me? Great. Let's keep going. I have seen you with the evil Omastar. What do you mean? Asked the Escavalier. What I mean is that you're evil, said Flygon. Fine, let's battle, said Escavalier. Fine, said Flygon. They went to a field and got ready. Okay, there's going to be lots of battles coming up, so to avoid confusion, I need to explain something. I watched the anime a lot in first grade. I thought to access the move, they had to say the name of the move, so that's why you'll be hearing a lot of move names coming up. Okay, back to the story. Sandstorm, said Flygon. Fury attack, yelled Escavalier. Flygon flew up, then came down using a dragon claw. Marill watched in awe as it hit Escavalier. Escavalier got knocked out. Flygon won! Screamed Petalil and Marill in happiness. Carablast ran away when he saw Escavalier. He's now dealt with, and you two gotta come with me, said Flygon to Marill and Petalil. He led them to a cave lit up by fire. Soon they heard battling up ahead, and lots of it. Then they entered into a room full of Pokemon battling. You need to level up, so go fight the basics, said Flygon. So Marill and Petalil went where there were lots of basics. A Pokemon named Magby challenged Marill, and a Pokemon named Mudkip challenged Petalil. They both agreed. The battles began. Water gun, said Marill. Smoke screen, said Magby. Marill hit Magby and knocked him out. Petalil's battle began.
Sleep powder,
said Petalil, and Mudkip went to sleep.
Mega Drain!
And that knocked out Mudkip. Marill challenged a Gibble next, and Petalil challenged a Charmander. Gibble and Charmander accepted. Marill and Petalil both trained hard. When the battle came, they were ready. When Marill and Petalil were going to eat lunch, a Omastar attacked them. Hydro
Mega
Pump,
Drain!
said Marill. Said Petalil. Rock Blast, said the Omastar. Hit them both hard. Hydro Pump, Omastar yelled. It was also a critical hit. Air Slash, someone said. There's a Pidgeot from the cave. Arg, I will stop you, yelled the Omastar. Then it slithered away. That was the evil Omastar, said the Pidgeot. Let's go before its minions come. The battle with the Omastar made them forget their battle was today. When they got to the cave, Gibble and Charmander were there and ready. First was Marill and Gibble. Next was Petalil and Charmander. Draco Meteor, said Gibble. Water Pulse. The two attacks collided. Draco meteor blew up and shot the parts at Gibble. The impact knocked out Gibble,
Sleep powder.
said Petalil, putting Charmander to sleep.
Mega Drain.
Said Petalil, soon knocking out Charmander. After the battles, the ground began to shake. At first they all thought it was because someone was evolving. Excadrills came out tunneling through the roof. Everyone in the basic group ran out because they were scared. Everyone was captured except the basics. This is the beginning of the real adventure for Meryl. Can only younglings free the old ones from prison? What is the plan of the evil Omastar? Find out in Book 2, Prison Break. That was horrible. Why did I think this would be a good idea? I should probably edit the script for the second book. Reading that unedited was mental murder. Okay, for Book 2, I'm at least slightly going to edit the script. 1 sec. Okay, here we go. The Adventures of Meryl, Book 2, Prison Break. If you remember, everyone was in panic because the Stage 2s and Stage 1s were taken. Gibble was in the biggest panic. What's going to happen to us? Are we going to be captured too? Get a hold of yourself, said Meryl, slapping Gibble. We need a plan, but we don't know where they are, said Gligar in panic. I got it, yelled Meryl.
How can we find them?
Said Vanillite. I'll use my secret sense. The one that I never mentioned before, said Meryl, and his ears pricked up. I hear the evil Omastar. He's northwest. Then let's go, said Magnemite. They got to the evil Omastar's lab. Wait, we need a distraction, said Meryl. They agreed that Gibble would knock out the guards, then make a loud noise. They overheard the Sliggos talking, but it wasn't very interesting. Want to get pizza? Sure. Before they could leave, Gibble knocked the two out. They went through the gate and took the spear. A Klefki and a Magnezone were inside. They used the spear to get the key off Klefki. Right when they got the last key, Klefki turned. What is it? Asked the Magnezone. Just felt something, said Klefki. Wait, where are my keys? The two guards ran away, and the younglings freed everyone, but Flygon was nowhere. It is too late, said a voice chuckling. It was the evil Omastar, but he was purplish. Flygon appeared near the Omastar, also purple. They're shadows, yelled the Gorgeist. Me and my minions will take over, turning everything to shadow, yelled the evil Omastar excitedly. Meryl came out of the crowd. I will never join you, he yelled. Everyone came up with him. Omastar tried to blast him with Rock Blast, but all the water types used Water Gun, blasting through the attack. Omastar attacked with Hydro Pump, but was evaporated by a group flamethrower. Flygon tried to sand attack, but it was blown away by a gust, shooting back at the Flygon and Omastar. Poof! The Omastar and Flygon disappeared. All they heard was, You shall never hide from the shadows forever. Well, I know the only thing that can beat shadows is light, yelled Meryl, and they headed toward the path of light. They all knew it was a dangerous road ahead, but they were ready. What are the trials on the path? Will they really become light? Find out in Book 3, A Path to Hope. And that is the end to Book 2. I thought they were pretty good for a first/second grader. As the back of the book said, there are other books in this little book series I wrote, but this getting long and took a while to animate, so that is the end of this video. If you want to see the thrilling conclusion to the Adventures to Meryl, like and subscribe, and I might read the other books to you. Also, if you didn't believe me that I wrote these, or that I didn't write them as a first/second grader, here's a picture. So here's some of the inside pages, so for any doubters up there, there's the proof.